Alright, just getting ready to do some work in my car, and I want to cover a couple of things first before I get started, and that is around safety. Just please be very careful when you're working on cars, especially, you know, there's just lots of areas that can cause problems. One thing you want to make sure is, you know, never depend upon your jack to hold up a vehicle. Get you some jack stands. Get you a wheel chock to hold the front and the back tires. I use one. You know, if you want to use multiple, that's certainly area for safety. You know, hearing protection, especially if you certainly want eye protection as well at all times, and gloves. I use these nitrate throwaways, and I'll usually put another pair on with them. All right, getting ready to change the transmission filter on my 2005 Honda Element. A lot of people don't realize they have one, but there's a little gizmo right there, and it sits right in between the radiator and the engine. And it's you know, here's the battery. So if you go straight down, I've got a light shining on it, but you can't really see it, but it's down there at the very bottom area, and you have to get to it by taking the cladding off of the bottom, and I'll show you that here shortly. So anyway, getting ready to do that. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is I got to get this piece of plastic cowling off of here, because that filter is kind of like right up in this area, right in here, kind of thing. So just kind of pull this back so you can kind of see, you know, we got the bumper here, and then this cowling here, transmission back here. So that's kind of where it is. So this thing has a whole bunch of these little push pin things here that pop out, and then this will come off. And I think that's all it's holding it on. If I run into anything else, I will show you that as well. All right, more later. Just me by myself, so I'll generally, what I do is I kind of show you what I'm going to do. I go do it, and then I show you when I come back. If I have any difficulties or oddities, I'll let you know that as well. All right, I'm going to show you how these little things are up in here. It's really kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to show you one that I pulled out. These are kind of like a two-part thing. This piece, you know, it goes up in there. If you've ever done any sheetrock work or all, you know, it just kind of reminds me of that. It's the thing you put in before you hang a picture, kind of thing, on a little sheetrock wall. So then this goes in and expands it, and that's what holds it in. So it's kind of it's got a little bit, as you can see, a little bit of a groove there that I just put a screwdriver up under and pop that pin out, and then it comes out. So you can kind of see maybe the little sides there, it's got a little divot there where you can put a screwdriver up in there and pull that out. So that's what I'm using, and it's probably like everything else in the automotive industry, it's probably a special tool for that. But just a small end screwdriver so that I can get it up under that lip there, and then pop it out. So that's all there is to that. Okay, well, got most of it off. I'm going to try my best to get through this thing without taking everything off, and that is it right there. So you got the hoses coming in and out. I'm assuming it's for filtering and cooling purposes. It's probably what it's doing. It's coming back through here. So took off all these little push pins. There was one 11mm screw here. You kind of see another one right down there. Other than that, everything is all push pins. And I'll also let you know there's a couple. This thing here wraps all the way around and goes back up under the fender well area. So there's two holding that side on as well that you'll have to yank off. So I'm going to take that off. There's a bolt. Looks like it's probably another 11mm or so, I can't tell yet, that's holding this thing on. So I'm going to take that off. I think it'll make it easier to get to. Hopefully it'll drop down after that. So anyway, I'll get back with you shortly. And I guess if you ever want to change there's your radiator drain plug. And that's that. And then eventually I'll show you, I'm going to do the transmission fluid change as well. and the little plug on this guy is sitting right here, and I'll show you that here shortly as well. Alright, got the little rascal off. So this is the bolt that holds it on to the frame of the car, and then this bolt has to come out. These were 10 millimeters. Have to come out, and then comes out of the bracket and put the new one in. So I think I had mentioned I was going to drain the transmission fluid. Well, probably should have done that first because it does drain naturally when it comes out. Didn't think it'd be. I knew it'd be some come out. I just didn't realize it'd be a whole lot. But anyway, got quite a bit out. I don't know, but I still will drain it here just a little bit, see if any more needs to come out. But anyway, getting ready to do that, and not too difficult. There's still not a lot of room up in here to work, but you just have to get a ratchet on that guy, and then it comes down. And again, I didn't take this off, the shroud all the way off, but you could do that as well. But I don't see any need to take it off any further, like it's pretty much got out of my way. All right, and a little bit more later on, and I'll put it all back together and open. Oh, I'll show you here. Next thing we do is show you when I do the drain plug. All right, got him light over here. See a little bit better. So we've got them all back together. We're getting ready to put the shroud back on, and that'll be it. All right, so I'm taking out the transmission fluid now. It's just this plug here. Comes out right there. Just your regular socket fits into the end of it. Has a crush ring. Recommend that every time you take that off, you put a new crush ring on it. Get those on eBay or probably about anywhere. Let that drain out, and Honda recommends that the way you do this is you do this cycle 3 or 4 times. So you drain it, fill it back up, drive it around for a while, drain it, fill it up, drive it around for a while, drain it again. So about 3 or 4 times what they recommend. You have to do that to get all the fluid out of the transmission, because it gets up in the parts of it that don't drain without. I don't know if you really get it all out of there unless you got maybe a pump or something, I'm not sure. But I don't think these have a way to hook up a pump to it to get that out of there. But, so anyway, their recommendation, if you look in your owner's manual, it'll say do this 3 or 4 times, and then you should be good to go. So this is my 3rd time. We get out about 3 to 4 quarts each time, so you're going to need 10 or 12 quarts when you get ready to do this. So anyway, that concludes the transmission fluid, how to change the filter. And filter probably doesn't need to be changed. Matter of fact, that's probably the first time that filter has ever been changed in this car. Sad to say. But the transmission fluid, you probably should do that at least once a year, I would say. Go through this cycle. It's just good maintenance work. All right, thank you so much for your time.